National Fire Protection Association 101 Life Safety Code, Section 7.2 1.2 3.2 requires the release of all locks and latches on egress doors upon activation of the fire alarm system. Section 10.15 2.22 exempts certain dormitory units in detention facilities from the requirement to release locks and latches. The International Code Council, International Building Code, Section 10.12.2 2.2, similar to National Fire Protection Association 101, requires the release of all locks on egress doors upon fire alarm activation. Section 10.12.52 exempts certain areas in detention facilities, including holding cells, from the requirement to release locks. There are limitations for prisons and detention facilities. There is a need to maintain security and prevent inmates from escaping. Releasing all locks and latches upon fire alarm activation could compromise the safety of staff and other inmates. Inmates may use the opportunity of a fire alarm to cause disturbances or attempt to escape. Releasing locks and latches without proper control measures could increase the risk of violence or property damage. National Fire Protection Association 101, Section 10.15 2.2 exempts dormitory units in detention facilities from the requirement to release all locks and latches and allows for the installation of additional security measures, such as panic devices or key overrides, to prevent unauthorized access. International Code Council, International Building Code, Section 10.12.52 exempts holding cells in detention facilities from the requirement to release all locks and requires the installation of an override mechanism that allows authorized personnel to unlock the doors in case of an emergency. Specific codes and requirements may vary depending on local jurisdictions and the type of detention facility. It is essential to consult with local authorities and fire marshals to ensure compliance with all applicable regulations. In order to properly understand the codes and standards for mag locks and door hardware release in prisons and detention facilities, it is important to delve into the specific provisions outlined by organizations such as the National Fire Protection Association, also known as National Fire Protection Association, and the International Code Council, also known as International Code Council. These codes aim to balance life safety requirements with the unique security concerns presented by correctional environments. Let's begin by examining the National Fire Protection Association 101 Life Safety Code. Section 7.2 1.2 3.2 of this code generally mandates that all locks and latches on egress doors must release upon activation of the fire alarm system. This provision ensures that occupants can quickly evacuate a building during a fire emergency. However, Section 10.15 2.2 provides an exemption for certain dormitory units within detention facilities. This exemption recognizes that automatically releasing all locks in these areas could create a security risk, potentially leading to escapes or disturbances. Now, let's consider the International Code Council, International Building Code, Section 10.12.2 2.2, which mirrors the general requirement found in National Fire Protection Association 101, stating that locks on egress doors should release upon fire alarm activation. This alignment between the two codes emphasizes the importance of facilitating rapid evacuation in the event of a fire. However, similar to National Fire Protection Association 101, the International Code Council, International Building Code also includes an exception. Section 10.12.52 exempts certain areas within detention facilities, specifically holding cells, from the automatic release requirement. This exemption acknowledges the distinct security needs of these areas, where maintaining control over inmates is paramount. While these codes establish a baseline for fire safety and security, it's crucial to understand the inherent limitations they face when applied to prisons and detention facilities. The primary challenge lies in balancing the need for safe egress with the imperative to maintain security and prevent escapes. Releasing all locks and latches upon fire alarm activation could inadvertently compromise the safety of staff members and other inmates, creating opportunities for unauthorized movement and potential violence. Another significant concern is the potential for inmates to exploit fire alarms as a means to cause disturbances or orchestrate escape attempts. Automatically releasing locks without implementing appropriate control measures could escalate the risk of property damage and physical harm. To address these limitations, specific provisions have been incorporated into both National Fire Protection Association 101 and the International Code Council, International Building Code, tailored to the unique circumstances of prisons and detention facilities. National Fire Protection Association 101, Section 10.15 2.22, as previously mentioned, exempts dormitory units in detention facilities from the mandatory release of all locks and latches. This exemption is coupled with the allowance for installing additional security measures, such as panic devices or key overrides. These measures enable staff to maintain control over door access while still providing a means for emergency egress. The International Code Council, International Building Code, Section 1012.52, similarly exempts holding cells from the automatic release requirement. However, it mandates the installation of an override mechanism that empowers authorized personnel to unlock doors in case of an emergency. This ensures that staff can respond swiftly to situations requiring immediate evacuation while retaining control over inmate movement during non-emergency situations. It's important to recognize that the specific codes and requirements may differ based on local jurisdictions and the specific type of detention facility involved. Therefore, it's imperative to consult with local authorities and fire marshals to ensure full compliance with all applicable regulations. These consultations will help to clarify any ambiguities and ensure that the implemented fire safety measures align with both national standards and local needs. Furthermore, in practical applications, there are several key considerations to keep in mind when designing and implementing maglock and door hardware systems in correctional facilities. Firstly, a comprehensive risk assessment should be conducted to identify potential security vulnerabilities and tailor the system design accordingly. This assessment should consider factors such as the type of inmates housed in the facility, the layout of the building, and the availability of staff resources. Secondly, redundancy is essential. Multiple layers of security should be implemented to prevent single points of failure. This could include incorporating backup power systems, manual override mechanisms, and robust locking hardware. Thirdly, training is paramount. Staff members must be thoroughly trained on the operation and maintenance of the maglock and door hardware systems. This training should cover emergency procedures, troubleshooting techniques, and the proper use of override mechanisms. Fourthly, regular maintenance and inspections are crucial to ensure the continued reliability and effectiveness of the system. This includes inspecting locking hardware, testing backup power systems, and verifying the functionality of override mechanisms. Fifthly, integration with other security systems can enhance overall security. Maglock and door hardware systems can be integrated with other systems such as video surveillance, access control, and fire alarm systems to provide a comprehensive security solution. Sixthly, documentation is essential. Detailed documentation of the system design, installation, and maintenance procedures should be maintained for future reference and auditing purposes. In conclusion, while national codes like National Fire Protection Association 101 and the International Code Council, International Building Code, provide a framework for lock and door hardware release in detention facilities, it's imperative to recognize the limitations and adapt the systems to the specific security needs of each facility. By conducting thorough risk assessments, implementing redundant systems, providing comprehensive training, and maintaining rigorous maintenance schedules, correctional facilities can strike a balance between fire safety and security, ensuring the safety of both inmates and staff. To further clarify the practical application of these codes and address potential challenges, let's explore some common scenarios and recommended solutions. Scenario 1 involves a fire alarm activation in a dormitory unit. In this case, the exemption provided by National Fire Protection Association 101, Section 10.15 2.22 allows for the locks to remain secure. However, staff members should be trained to promptly assess the situation and manually release the locks if necessary, using key overrides or other predetermined procedures. The key is to balance the need for immediate action with the need to prevent unauthorized movement. Scenario 2 involves a fire alarm activation in a holding cell. Similar to the dormitory unit, The International Code Council, International Building Code, Section 1012.52, exempts the holding cell from automatic release. However, the override mechanism must be readily accessible to authorized personnel, allowing them to quickly unlock the cell in case of a fire or other emergency. Regular drills should be conducted to ensure that staff members are familiar with the location and operation of the override mechanism. Scenario 3 involves a power outage that affects the maglock system. To mitigate this risk, backup power systems should be in place to ensure that the maglocks continue to function during a power outage. The backup power system should be regularly tested to verify its functionality. Additionally, manual override mechanisms should be available as a last resort in case of a complete power failure. Scenario 4 involves an inmate attempting to tamper with the maglock system. To prevent tampering, the maglock should be installed in a tamper-resistant manner with concealed wiring and robust hardware. Regular inspection should be conducted to identify any signs of tampering or damage. If tampering is detected, immediate repairs should be made and additional security measures should be considered. Scenario 5 involves a false fire alarm activation. In this case, it's important to have procedures in place to quickly verify the legitimacy of the alarm before releasing any locks. This could involve visual inspection of the affected area or communication with the fire department. Releasing locks unnecessarily can create security risks and should be avoided if possible. To further enhance security and streamline operations, technology can play a significant role in maglock and door hardware systems. For example, biometric access control systems can be used to restrict access to sensitive areas, such as control rooms or armories. These systems use unique biological identifiers, such as fingerprints or iris scans, to verify the identity of individuals seeking access. Another useful technology is video surveillance. Strategically placed cameras can provide real-time monitoring of door activity, allowing staff members to quickly identify and respond to any suspicious behavior. Video footage can also be used to investigate incidents and identify potential security breaches. Integrated security management systems can provide a centralized platform for managing and monitoring all aspects of the maglock and door hardware systems, along with other security systems. These systems can provide real-time alerts, generate reports, and facilitate incident response. In addition to technology, human factors also play a critical role in the effectiveness of maglock and door hardware systems. Clear communication between staff members is essential. Regular briefings should be held to discuss security procedures, potential threats, and any changes to the system. Staff members should also be encouraged to report any suspicious activity or concerns. A culture of security awareness should be fostered throughout the facility. All staff members, regardless of their role, should be aware of the importance of security and their responsibility in maintaining it. Trainees should be provided to all staff members on security procedures, emergency response, and the proper use of maglock and door hardware systems. Collaboration with external agencies can also enhance security. Regular meetings should be held with local law enforcement, fire departments, and other relevant agencies to discuss security issues and coordinate emergency response efforts. Sharing information and resources can help to improve overall security. It is imperative to acknowledge that maintaining a secure and safe environment in prisons and detention facilities is an ongoing process. Regular reviews and updates to security procedures, systems, and training programs are essential to adapt to evolving threats and maintain a high level of security. These reviews should involve input from all stakeholders, including staff members, administrators, and external experts. By embracing a proactive and adaptive approach to security, correctional facilities can minimize risks and ensure the safety and well-being of both inmates and staff. In summary, the codes and standards governing maglock and door hardware release in prisons and detention facilities are designed to strike a balance between life safety and security. While national codes like National Fire Protection Association 101 and the International Code Council, International Building Code, provide a framework, it's essential to tailor the systems to the specific needs of each facility. By conducting thorough risk assessments, implementing redundant systems, providing comprehensive training, and maintaining rigorous maintenance schedules, correctional facilities can create a safe and secure environment for all. The application of technology, attention to human factors, and collaboration with external agencies can further enhance security and streamline operations. And remember, continuous monitoring, regular reviews, and ongoing adaptation are key to maintaining a high level of security in these challenging environments. By prioritizing both safety and security, correctional facilities can fulfill their mission of protecting the public while ensuring the well-being of those in their care. This balance is essential for maintaining a just and effective correctional system.